Okay, we're back alive and in color here. And really alive and in color. It was a lively little session there, a little hour.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, Rich Swire, welcome everyone. Tom Trento, TrentoVision.tv, where you actually can see us in color. Color today is red, white, and blue for Veterans Day. And if you're just listening and you can hear colors, you'll hear us on WNN 1470. And if you can hear colors, you need to visit one of Steve Kane's psychologists, okay, who can probably help you out with that. By the way, Steve Kane and Brian Craig are good friends. They're on from 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I would like that. I'm an early riser, but...
no, you were making pancakes for the kids at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, right. If I had kids, I'd be making pancakes for them. So
if I did,
I'm sure.
I'd stay up all the way to 6 to 9 and then go to bed at 10.
Yeah, I know, but this is good. The drive riding with every one of you in South Florida or California or wherever you are is just wonderful. Our show is designed to deal with national security issues, and a 3-hour show each day. Basically, the template we follow. We'll have 1 hour dealing with international security issues because the world's going to explode probably within the next year. So we want to keep you informed so you know when to find your prepper neighbors and go party with them because they may have a point going on here. So we're here from 3 to 6 every day. You can ride around with us. In the other hour on national security, we're going to look at the homeland. We're going to look at our border situation. We're going to look at the jihad in the United States. I hear a buzzing and a humming that wasn't there. So, Blake, is that you or is that us or what's the deal?
It's one of my phones.
One of your phones? What do you mean?
Oh, no.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
It is, yeah.
It's coming after us.
Uh-oh. They're shutting us down, Tom.
It's coming after us. You hear it?
Yep,
anyway,
I do. Yeah.
We have the engineers working on it right now, ladies and folks. Oh, it just went away.
It just stopped.
You did it. You did it. No, it stopped. Was it you? What was it?
It was a electrical piece over a board.
Oh, wild. Something was laying on top of something else and it was making that. So all those radiation waves are going through your feet right now is the way it's working. Hi, Tom Trento here with CJ. Hi, if we can go to a 2 and show everybody CJ. Because I think it's just on me, I think.
Yeah, but you look better that way.
Oh, no, you're fine. Are you kidding me? There we go. And the disembodied voice. Say hello.
Hello.
And the distant voice.
Hello.
That's the team, okay? Here we are, bringing you this insanity.
Blake in the room. Right?
But one of the 3 hours, we keep a little loose for breaking news, current events, typically in our area, national security. And in the days and weeks ahead, we have done a tremendous amount of investigative work on the Islamic Jihad in America and around the world. We're going to bring you that. We're going to go look inside the White House for the infiltration of the Muslim Brotherhood. This is serious stuff. In fact, driving over here today, one of our contacts, national security experts, told me about research that's been done on one of the leading political figures in the United States and the deep and serious involvement with the Muslim Brotherhood. And when this news comes out, it ain't going to be good for that major political leader in the United States of America. And I won't tell you the name yet until the story, and we're going to break the story here. But it's somebody in the Republican Party.
I know who it is.
No, you can't say. You can't say.
I'm not going to tell.
You can't say.
I won't
so,
tell.
We're
equal opportunity
yes,
when it comes
yes.
to going after the jihadis in the political sphere of this country.
If you're messing with the Republicans, we're going to out the Republicans.
Yeah.
If you're messing with the Democrats, we're going to out the Democrats. Because no jihad. That's the name of the show. No jihad, right? But this day, Veterans Day, which was Armistice Day, marking the end of a portion of World War I in 1918, and the armistice, the peace treaty, was arranged on the 11th day of the 11th month of the 11th hour, 11 o'clock on November 11th, and November 11th is the 11th month, 11th day, 11th hour. And from there, the United States said, we will recognize that in a symbolic fashion so that never again will we have a war. And that was identified in 1918. And then
That's why
through
they
the
called
years,
it the war to end all wars, right?
yeah, World War I. And the real war looks like it's ahead of us, not behind us, folks, sadly. But today we are recognizing veterans who are in uniform serving, veterans who are out of uniform. But we just didn't want some slurpy show with American flags all over the place. And you can see some of the slides going up there about Armistice Day. We just didn't want to have a slurpy show with American flags, which are just great as they're all over our microphone stand here.
And our disembodied voice as well.
Yes, he looks like an American flag. Yeah. Not a pumpkin today, but American flag.
Yeah.
And we also wanted to deal with the provocative yet necessary question, should a soldier today fight for President Obama? And I think we have someone on the line who can help us answer that. Danita, are you with us?
Hi, Tom. Hi, CJ.
Hi, Danita. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're in the car. We're headed for Fort Pierce. We've got a carload here.
Awesome.
We've got one of the biggest darn flags that you can imagine. It barely fits in the car. And it was donated to the Tea Party by Judy Wolf after her wonderful husband, Jim Wolf, passed away. And they were long-time, right from the beginning, Tea Party members. So we've got that flag with us, and we've got Tea Party banners and hats and everything, and we've got 3%ers going, and, you know, we've got a load going up, so we're excited.
3%ers?
It's a good thing that, pardon?
3%ers?
Yeah,
what are 3%ers?
3%ers. What are 3%ers? Billy and Pete and all those guys, Ed Bender, they're all 3%ers. They're militia, I guess. You know, they watch out for us. They train, and yeah, I don't know what their actual mission statement would be, but I know that they train and they're here to keep peace until there is no peace, and then they're here to protect us.
Great. They, whatever.
Yeah.
The 3% would be an interesting reason why. But as long as they're not part of the 1%, okay? Because those damn 1%, they're just
before that happened.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
they're just sucking up all the valuables. Now, if we're not mistaken, you have a son serving right now, correct?
Yes, I think I may have written to you something like that today, expressing my true feelings about that. And I know Fred Perry feels the same way. They came over to our house when Julian was home and to ask lots of questions about the Marine Corps, and we chatted, and Fred told his son, don't you dare go off and sign up for anything unless I go with you. And then he called, just mad as a wet hen, saying that his son had gone off and he joined the Marine Corps.
Oh, boy.
So anyway, we recently were at Austin's going away party, and he's back in Afghanistan now. And it feels terrible. My son is back from both those theaters, Iraq and Afghanistan, and it feels terrible to have him serve. This man who is titled Commander-in-Chief. It makes me sick at my stomach. This man is so unworthy of that title, and he doesn't know what he is doing, and he's had many, 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 many troops killed.
Well, I think he does know what he's doing, because I think his goal is to destroy the U.S. military. So if that's what he's trying to do, he's kind of doing a good job.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you look at it that way, that's very true. But I mean, look at what he has done. The messes that we are in with the military. Not to even mention the cuts. And oh my God, I mean, it's so sickening.
It really, if you, and for everyone watching on TrentoVision.tv, at 15 minutes past the hour, if you're on the East Coast, it's 15 minutes past 5 o'clock. If you're over in California, 2 o'clock, our friends out there. But we have Danita on the phone. She's an activist in South Florida. We've had her on several times on the show. They're heading up, CJ, to where? Where are they going?
They're heading up to the Supervisor of Election office in Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce.
And that address is 4132 Okeechobee Road, 34947, if you can put that in your GPS. And everybody's gathering around 6 o'clock in front of there to have a candlelight vigil to make sure that all the votes are counted in St. Lucie County.
And it's 5:15, and here's what's happening for those of you just getting into your car to go home, turning on your radio. You're with Tom Trento on Trento Vision. Our show deals with national security issues and relevant information along those lines. CJ is here with me. Mark is here. Mike, Blake. Our team is here. Danita is on the phone, and we're discussing Veterans Day right now, and whether or not. And Danita has a Marine son who's been in both active theaters, and just expressed tremendous dismay at the capability quality of this president as commander-in-chief. And that's the issue we're raising. We just don't want another slurpy Veterans Day where, oh, rah, the veterans. We're actually putting out a clarion, a warning, a message for veterans that this administration does not have the military's best interest at heart. And I'll raise the question, if anybody wants to jump in and talk with us, it's 888-565-1470, 888-565-1470. We're raising the question, when 9/11 happened and you had a tremendous amount of patriotic excitement and commitment, and kids that were little kids wanted to join the military, and people that were working in Wall Street or other places joined the military and went and fought, and many died and many came back. But that soldier of 9/11/2001 had a fire burning in his belly for the patriotic mission and dedication to kill the enemy and defend the United States of America. Question we're raising today, 11 years later, is that same fire in the belly of patriotic commitment and dedication to kill the enemy and defend the United States, does that still exist? And from what we're hearing, from Lieutenant Colonel Rich Swire, who spoke earlier, Danita, and from you, who has a son in the service, and some others that have called, it's not there. And you laid it directly on President Obama that he's destroying the military. CJ, you said that, that's his objective, to change the military.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what Commander Beaver has to say. Are you with us, Commander Beaver?
Hello.
Yes, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you're with Tom and the group here, and we're discussing Veterans Day and the question, why fight for President Obama?
Why fight for him?
Yes, why should someone join the military today and follow the lead of this commander-in-chief in light of what his view of the military and what his view of world peace and world war is all about?
I see absolutely no reason.
Now, you're a commander? You called in as a commander? What were you, or are you a commander of?
The commander of the 3 Percenters, state of Florida.
Okay, what are the 3 Percenters? What is that all about?
3 Percenters is a self-defense group, and I am the commander in the state of Florida, and Captain Bender and I are on our way there as we speak.
Okay, so you're going up to Port St. Lucie. I got to give everybody, because we're actually broadcasting on the radio side because of the technology today, and the video side all over the world, different parts. For those of you not familiar with the geography of South Florida, we are located in an area, Boca Raton, and for the sake of the discussion, say Fort Lauderdale. Everybody knows Fort Lauderdale. And the ground zero for the Allen West debacle, election debacle, is about 2 hours north, hour and a half, 2 hours north on I-95 of Fort Lauderdale. So a couple of people got together and said, for the past 7 days, 6 days, there's been a very contentious and detailed battle taking place in 3 counties, counting or recounting, accumulating votes, and there is no no winner yet. The vote tally still going on, though Patrick Murphy has claimed he's the winner. Allen has not conceded and said it's not over. So a few people called for a candlelight vigil this evening at the election center in Port St. Lucie. And you're hearing people, this is spontaneous. Danita, was this something organized or did it just happen today?
Fred called this morning and said, here's what I want to do. And I told him I'd help him get the word out. And that's what we did. But it was Fred's good idea.
I got your email this morning. I started sending it out.
So basically this popped up, and now people from all over the place are going up there tonight.
Yep.
And we have the 3 percenters going. We have the Danita percenters going. We have people coming from the north going down. Should be interesting. We're going to need you guys to take notes and give us a call. Danita, if you're going to be staying there, it'd be great to call Steve Kane, his show tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, we can call in. We're not staying tonight. We're with 4. It's Jack and Elaine and Pat Lappy, and we're all in one car here. We're not staying tonight, but possibly tomorrow night. But yeah, I'll call Steve in the morning and let him know what's going on. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm seeing it on here. It's delay. Yes, Commander Beaver. Yes.
Yeah, there is one correction there. This is not in Port St. Lucie. It is in Fort Pierce, St. Lucie County.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, correct.
Okay,
yeah. CJ said that. I mistakenly said it because I believe on the building, doesn't it say St. Lucie County election, whatever, on the building? I think it does. We were up there for the Allen West and Patrick Murphy debate. We were in that building, and we heard
we heard Gertrude Walker.
Yeah, the election supervisor, and CJ said a month ago, this lady's going to be a problem. And she's turning out to be a problem.
Yeah.
But we got the troops underway. The 3 percenters are going. With Danita and 3 percenters, America, you can rest peaceably, okay? Yeah. Everything will be fine. So thank you guys.
Travel
right,
safely.
Tom,
and
one last little thing. Yeah, you guys, you got that little tidbit I sent in also about that insider voter fraud?
Let me see.
Look for it. That's okay. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But I want you to know about it. I sent it to Ruth, and
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did get it.
I think Ruth will want to probably interview her.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for all you do.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Bye, Commander Beaver.
Yeah, I wanted to call Danita after the election, but I thought, she's been through a lot. I'll just, give her a few days to rest.
Break.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to give her a few days to rest, and she rested probably for about 10 minutes and said, okay, war's on. Game on, let's go.
We'll probably take over the weekend, too, and it's a long weekend.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of people are getting, the reality is sinking in about President Obama. There's a little depression going on and things like that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It's one of those dust yourself off, pick yourself up.
Yep.
We get battles to fight.
And we have somebody on the line right now who understands all about dusting yourself off and picking yourself up.
And who might that be?
And that might be a certain person by the name of Mr. Benjamin Smith.
All right.
Ben Smith, welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Tom Trento.
Hello.
That's a very good radio voice you have there, Ben.
What are you in a studio and you got a little sweetening on your
he's
audio?
got a little radio time now. He's getting to his Barry White voice.
Okay. Where is he? Let me see. He's not Skyping.
He's not
just
Skyping.
talking.
No, that's why he's using his radio voice.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm applying for an easy listening DJ.
Hell yeah, great.
Sounds good.
To Love 42. Hey, you were involved in the super hurricane storm Sandy a little bit. Tell us about that real quickly.
Yeah. Well, actually, this whole week I'm out of the news. I didn't even get to really hate on the administration and the voting fraud that's going on because isn't in some of the counties down there, and counties or places like Oregon, didn't 104% of the people in that county vote for Obama?
Yes.
Yes.
What's wrong with that? It's Florida, Ben. Come on,
Hey, who
man.
says we're lazy down here? Hey, well, you
Yeah.
know, talking about voter turnout,
We give that extra
we get that
percentage.
extra 110% all the time.
This is absolutely. What country am I in? I'm in a cartoon.
I don't know what.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's all over the country. It's not just in Florida.
Why is there no rioting in the streets? There should be pitchforks and stuff like that, and people screaming like that.
There may be tonight. The 3%ers are heading up to Fort Pierce.
Fort
We
Pierce.
found out today we have a militia in Florida.
I didn't know about this.
I didn't know about this either, but the FBI does right now. So.
I can't believe I can't believe nobody sent us an invitation to join.
Yes, to
How
join. We're not militia. We're peaceful people. We believe you can reach your hands across the ocean, and so does Ben. You've reached your hands across the ocean a few times. As a Navy SEAL, we should introduce you. Ben Smith is a former U.S. Navy SEAL, served in combat in various theaters, the Middle East, Iraq, other places. Good friend of ours, and he got hung up. He may have been fighting the bad guys for many years as a SEAL, but Sandy kind of knocked you down, huh?
Oh my God! Yeah. Well, you know, my girlfriend lived up in New York City, and she lived down in the Lower East Side, so her place was absolutely underwater. She lived in just a basement level, and the water was halfway up the floor above her. So
Oh my
everything
goodness.
she owned was absolutely, lifted up, swirled around like a big toilet bowl, and then just dropped in the middle of the floor, soaking wet. Everything was destroyed. And, we found out about this, like, through the internet, pictures and stuff like that, and I got family in Staten Island. So, right afterwards, we found out we were on the way up there, and it was basically almost like a war zone. There was no gas. There was long lines. There was violence breaking out and stuff like that. And we went up on my motorcycle, and I bought a 6-gallon gas tub for a boat and chucked another 2-gallon thing on the top because I needed to get in, and then I needed to get out. Otherwise, we'd be stranded up there. And when I got to Staten Island, we found out that, FEMA's there and Red Cross is there, but, the services are always pitiful that those guys have. And we heard that they were turning away volunteers that are coming from across the country that have, like, skills, like plumbers and electricians to help people. And the unions
Right.
were turning them away and turning them back. We went up there, we looked at her place. It was absolutely a mess. We were sopping through the water, and it was basically a total loss. But when I was in Staten Island, I'm friends with Michael Grimm, and as I got up there, I told him, I said, hey, I'm in town. If you need me to talk or do anything, use me. And almost immediately, I get a text back, hey, I need you to do logistics for this, that, the other thing, and get help with the disaster relief. And they had a 40,000 square foot warehouse. Him and the Staten Island Borough president were, they got like a Port Authority warehouse to store stuff, and people sent water. They had connections with people with tools and like wheelbarrows, shovels, and all that kind of stuff. And right as I got up there, the Red Cross turned away the Southern Baptist Church from, I think it was Georgia. And, they usually work with Red Cross and the Salvation Army with big disasters, Katrina and all that kind of stuff. And, they feed people. They have teams that do outreach, teams that do, housing, tents, just work, anything that needs done, they go and do. And they got turned away from New York by the Red Cross. And I was up in the warehouse trying to figure out, logistics plans, how to get the stuff that's in there to the people. And I toured the damages, it looked like an utter war zone. And the people out there were just working. The efforts that they were making together with each other was amazing. Everything from inside the houses were outside in piles of garbage, in piles of, just huge piles. I've got tons of pictures, and there was FEMA camps set up, there was that Red Cross set up, there was the Pt.3, which is a huge helicopter. And the funny thing is, they had everything kind of locked down, and I saw, this is just kind of a funny looking thing, where there was riot police dressed. It was almost like a whole platoon plus of them getting on this 53. It was just as I was showing up with the helmets with the bulletproof masks and stuff like that. That was odd. But being at the what do you call it, the warehouse, I was talking to one of the FEMA guys, and we're sitting there, we're talking, and I'm just playing the inquisitive guy, hey, what are you doing? How is this all working? How is FEMA doing? And he's like, this was as the nor'easter was hitting, the snowfall that happened almost a week after, within the week after the storm.
Yep.
And he says, well, we're an advanced team. We're I'm a volunteer on the advanced team. We go into an area and we start finding out what's needed, where things need to go, and we report back to the main office. And then they start setting up a JFO, a joint field office, with with all the other groups that are there to help. And they hadn't even, by the time that storm started, they hadn't even started to deploy anybody up there. And he was saying that the Red Cross was out of stuff, the FEMA was absolutely out of stuff. And as you're seeing now, you're seeing the people start getting real restless.
They're starting to protest, and there's going to be riots. Mark, you had a question?
Yeah, I want to switch subjects with you for a second, and it's on the Veterans Day question. How does what President Obama is doing as Commander in Chief, how much does that really affect SEALs like yourself in the field? I mean, does it make them not want to fight, or does it make them just want to leave the whole Navy system, or how does it affect the esprit de corps of the Navy SEALs themselves?
Wow, that was a left field shot.
Come on, you didn't guess why we wanted you on the show on Veterans Day? We wanted the storm report?
He didn't
get the memo on that one.
No, he gets the email. Did you get my email today, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted me on for my brain.
Yeah, right. And your good looks.
That's right.
We have a nice picture of you up.
Yeah, we have a
don't
nice
worry.
picture of you up.
Yeah.
I've got the best face for radio.
You remind me of some of your poses in what was the name of that movie, Zophar, or with Ben Stiller?
Zoolander.
Zoolander. Did you ever see Zoolander? Ben, you got to go see Zoolander.
Oh my gosh.
And Ben Stiller.
Okay, let's stay on topic.
Okay, let's stay on the topic.
Meanwhile, how do the SEALs feel about the Commander-in-Chief?
No. How does it actually? No, not how they feel about the Commander-in-Chief. How does that affect the SEALs?
Esprit de corps.
Esprit de
That was a
corps,
good term, yeah.
And their effect is more from the SEAL point of view. Their mental thinking. What would you guess to be that?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go with Darty and Tyrone Woods. There is still the love of country. There is still the understanding of what America is, what the oath is, what you're there to do when you serve. That is absolutely there, and that will be carried out. But the thing is, with what's going on with the administration, with Benghazi, with what we have when we have a tyrannical dictatorship, but people are like the people in the military. When you go in the military, you don't lose touch with civilization, with the country. You know, you're watching news. You have opinions. You know, you're not exactly outwardly with them, but they're very aware of what's going on, and they understand who the president is. And, you know, I am not speaking officially for them, but I just know things, people, stuff. They're very aware of what is in the White House. They don't like it. They will follow the orders, and they will do whatever. But the thing is, right now, there's a question within the military people, and I get guys telling me this all the time. They're having to make the choice now and to, like, try to decipher where the order is coming from. Is it for good, or is it for bad? Is it for America, or is it for what is in the administration now? And that right there, that can cause you to get killed out on the battlefield. You know, disobeying the order to stand down, there's Americans being slaughtered. And you're told to stand down, as did generals, as did admirals, as did all of these people now being deposed from their position. America is still there in their hearts, very much so, absolute in their heart. But, you know, they're able to, in America, we are allowed to have political opinions and still serve.
Well, Ben?
I'm
sorry. Yeah, on that issue where the Navy SEAL actually disobeyed an order. I mean, we talked about this last time, how hugely significant that was, because Navy SEALs just don't disobey orders. It's antithetic to who they are. And also, how long will it be until general staff and stuff like that start doing what the Navy SEALs, what that Navy SEAL just did, and start saying, "I'm sorry, Mr. President, you're just not, doing the right thing. We're taking the rightful action in accordance with the U.S. Constitution."
Well, that's a tough one. A lot of guys, when they get to a certain point in the ranking system, it becomes politically motivated, because you are, it's peer-reviewed advancement. Your friends who are officers in the same rank recommend you to go up, and the people above you recommend you to be advanced up. So it's like peer-reviewed. Have you done the politics, the butt-kissing, to get you wanted to be the next position? So there's political aspect. And then your motivation becomes quasi-political, for your pension plans. So if we can unsettle that in these guys, because, there's huge egos at that point. There's people, obviously, as you saw Han, some of these other guys, there's absolutely America still there, and you can't get it out of them no matter what. Some people lose their military minds. Some people don't.
Right.
But they will be hunted down. Because, like, right now, with what has happened, with people telling other generals after they're trying to go to save the Americans, you're relieved of your post. There is wide-scale possibility of civil war within the military. What side are you for? Because on the low level of the military, they're doing ethical classes, and with the situation of you're in somebody's house in the United States, and the officer appointed above you says take their guns. The young guys, and this is a kid I mentored, is telling me in his platoon in the Marines, the young guys would say, I'd listen to you. You're the officer. You tell me what to do. I would confiscate the guns of the guy you told me to do it. And if this is Katrina, if this is Staten Island, they would do it. So, there's an education gap there, and there's people just don't know whether it's politically. They'll just follow the president or the officer above them, more politically motivated. So I think we're in trouble.
Hey, yeah, Ben, I have, this is Tom again. One of the things we're doing on our show today, and we just have a few minutes left here, on Veterans Day in 2012, and it's 41 minutes now past the hour. You're with Tom Trento Vision, and I got Mark here, CJ here. We're on WNN 1470. If you're just tuning in your car, driving around, or if you're listening somewhere in the world, we have our guest on, Ben Smith, former Navy SEAL, deployed as a obviously involved in combat in a variety of theaters, Iraq being one of them, the Middle East being another one. And today, Ben, on Veterans Day, we have our little flags hanging on our microphone stand in the studio. Mark is a veteran of the Navy, and he's got a gigantic flag shirt on. So we're doing the Americana thing. Green. But we're also asking the question, why fight for President Obama? And it's rhetorical in a sense, but I'll rephrase it a little bit for you. Right now, that's making that noise again. Right now, that's amazing that it just touches that and we get a big hum. It was doing it. Could you right now, if somebody came up to you, a young guy, great high school kid or somebody in first or second year in college, they did an associate's degree, they're very smart, they're physically fit, and they go, I want to be a SEAL, I want to enter the SEAL challenge program, and I want to get in there and I want to go into the military now. What would you say to that guy?
He does not love you for asking that.
That's a difficult question, and it can go a million different ways.
Yeah.
Well, so you want to be a frogman kid. First there's who's standing in front of you. A lot of times, like before I went through BUDS, I thought I could see who's going to make it through. At the end, it was barely anybody I thought who looked like they would be a SEAL. It's nothing but what's in your soul. As for politically, those people have asked. I said, you better check what you believe is America first before you join the military right now. That's a difficult thing to say, having been there, having done that, and now understanding the political atmosphere of the work that we did. I'm 100% for the United States military as long as it is for the United States. The person running it they are off their moorings. They've skipped the rail. But I do want to say this. On Veterans Day, people are saying thank you for your service. The thing is, right now, everybody listening to this, everybody in the conservative movement, or anybody who still believes in America that is or that was, that we understand what America is serving now in a cold civil war. And, let history reflect upon everything that we're doing now, because hopefully it stays cold and we can have our country. So, Americans unite. This is what we're into.
CJ, you had a question for Ben, and then we got to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I do. He almost answered it a little bit here. Very, very profound and scary, a cold civil war.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
For those who are currently serving, and for those who will be serving for the next few years, what would you say to them, given the security leaks that you've documented so well, the pattern of that, and given the current rules of engagement, which are really rules of disengagement? What would you say to the people who are serving now and will be for the next few years? How do they make it through and still serve America and still protect their fellow warriors on the battlefield?
What would I say to that?
And you got 1 minute to do it.
Okay, good. You have to go to your oath, and you have to follow your oath. Without the oath, there is no president. Without the oath, there is no officer duly appointed above you. Without the Constitution, there is no president. Without the Constitution, there is no country. So that is what you stand for. And if the administration or anything is off its mooring and not there, you have to do what you have to do. And that might be the hard decision. It's not about what's easy. It's about what's right. And that's why you're in the military, to make that tough decision. And as Jefferson said, sometimes the tree of liberty has to be bathed with the blood of tyrants and patriots alike.
Wow.
Good point. Mark, one quick last question for Ben, and then we'll let you go, Ben.
Hey, Ben, the oath which you took, I swear to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. When you left the SEALs, did you sign a release form like everybody else does in the world to renounce that oath?
The oath?
Yeah, did you ever renounce it like everybody else in the world did? Or are you like everybody else in the world and you still have that oath?
You don't unsign the oath. The oath is your personality. The oath is who you are. It's beaten into you. It's in you before you're in the military. The oath is America.
Yeah, it doesn't have an expiration date on it, does it?
No, up to and including your life. That's a whole thing.
Okay, that'll wind up the show for.
All positive stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. You know, look, we're here to deal with the truth, and sometimes it's a little jagged, a little ragged, a little rough on people, but that's okay because we have a president right now that's painting this rosy picture of, you know, everything's going to be wonderful. We're going to fix every problem there is, and I'm in the lead. And we don't hold that position, and we're here to assist America in figuring out how to deal with this administration and then making progress in the world, uniting a body of people that fall back on the U.S. Constitution. And you're one of those guys, so we will stay in touch with you, our good friend Ben Smith, and thank you for your service, and thank you for your service going forward.
Mulan Labe, Ben. Mulan Labe.
Okay, man. You take it easy.
Thanks, Ben.
All right,
All right,
Ben.
guys.
Right.
Welcome to the cold resistance.
You got it.
All right.
We'll talk about
Bye.
it.
And it is cold in here. It's 72 degrees.
It's dropping like crazy in
amazing.
here.
God,
my
my nose
God,
is
I'm
cold.
getting colder and colder and
You would never
colder.
pass the SEAL program.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I like that Ben would have to say about you being cold right
If they
now.
ha- if
Blake's raising his hand. It's my fault, he says. It's my fault.
If they have heated, do they have heated pools at Coronado?
That's you're a wuss, Tom.
Uh,
Did you just
Actually, former lifeguard from New Jersey. I swam in 55-degree water. Okay, that's rough. That's rough. But SEALs do it regularly. I've been to Coronado. I've been at the SEAL training area with them, and the water's very cold. And they roll on the beach and they go in the water. And I've spoken to them this close. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm freezing watching these guys literally shiver beyond control, you know. Sand all over them. They're amazing,
I
man.
just
Oh,
have
yeah.
to say I'm not going
That's
to be
mental.
able to stop thinking about the things that Ben said today.
Yeah, Ben
They're quite profound.
He's a unique warrior. He's a
Yeah.
combat vet. And he had told us, it's not a big secret, but he worked on the security detail to protect the president of Iraq, Maliki, and those guys back then. And now he is out trying to win America back to American principles. And he's right with this cold civil war that's going on. But we're here, America. TrentoVision.tv. We will help you meander your way properly, successfully, vitally through this. Guys, say goodbye. We got to wrap it up.
Oh, we got to wrap it up early today.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit early
right,
today.
okay.
We got a few people coming in after us, and we got a lot of junk to get out of here. So, you got
To all the
30
veteran-
seconds apiece.
to all the veterans out there, Mulan Labe. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
Yes, it was great being with everyone, the drivers, the listeners at home, the watchers at home, some of our good fans that are out there listening and watching to everything. Keep writing. We are looking for folks to to buy some commercial time, you can contact us at tom@trentovision.tv, and we'll give you all the information on that. We're going to start that in a week or so. And very insightful, powerful week of material coming up. Some of it we didn't get to today, but we will go all over some of the big national security issues, particularly Paula Broadwell and David Petraeus and that whole situation that is going to explode in the face of President Barack Obama. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in to Trento Vision, where bad ideas get pulverized and the truth will set you free. Tom Trento can be reached at 561-319-5533 or tom@trentovision.tv. And tune in again weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1470 WNN.